if we have adrenal fatigue, we've got a few major signs and symptoms of what will happen if left untreated, if we just keep on running in fight or flight mode. And so that is essentially digestion will shut down. We've got hormonal imbalance, and then obviously a lack of energy, a lack of a sense of calm. We don't have that anymore. So let's go over those three major topics. So let's go into digestion shutting down.
Yeah, digestion is, I mean, that's a big one. You know, when if you're experiencing like bloating or like the grumbles or the rumbles, or you eat something and it feels like it's kind of just sitting there, or if you're not pooping regularly, that's a huge one too. You need to be pooping every single day. So, you know, you might experience this in little bits, but when it becomes your norm, this lets you know that your gut is really stressed, and we want our gut to be resilient. We want to be able to eat all the nourishing foods, but also be able to travel and go to a birthday party and have a dinner out. And our gut should be able to withstand those foods that aren't so healthy, but they're still a healthy part of our lives. And I think also like the worry of, oh my God, is this food going to upset my stomach? That's a stressor on you, right? So dealing with that every single day, that's something that I don't want any woman to have to do, or anyone to have to deal with. That's number one. Number two is if your body's not properly breaking down your food, you know, you might see this where you just feel hungry all the time. Or your poops are just weird, just straight up. You just have weird poops, either constipated, they're really watery. So if your body is not able to literally break down your food and absorb those minerals and nutrients, you could be eating all these like healthy foods, but your body's not able to access those nutrients, right?
Exactly.
So that's a big one. And then of course, when it comes to our hormones, you know, like we talked about, if your body's priority is producing stress hormones, then the sex hormones are not the priority. So yes, miserable periods, long periods, short periods, PCOS is one that can come up, estrogen dominance, you know, all of these things, they build up and build up and build up. And yeah, you're going to like hate your life basically every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you're going to have, you know what I mean? But also this could lead to fertility issues. This can lead to, you know, some women that I work with, they're kind of in that perimenopause going into menopause phase. And that's going to be a reflection of essentially how your hormones were, how your periods were, how your cycles were earlier on.
Something I think it's really important to note is the fact that we're all different. We're all biologically, genetically, emotionally different. We have different lifestyles. We've had different stresses happen to us at various stages of our lives. And so, you know, we can often get stuck comparing our body to someone else's body. Well, they can eat this, and why can't I eat this? Or they only have 6 hours sleep. And so we forget all of these differences. And as a result, we just, it can be really unfair, obviously, when we have such differences in bodies. But sometimes we just have to stop and give ourselves time to heal your own body in the way it needs. We can't be comparing to another woman or another man, or thinking that, well, it should just work. My body should just work like theirs just works. So I think that's something really important, that we're just different. And sometimes it might be for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, however long it takes, that you just have to dedicate your, you know, significant time and energy to your body to heal your body. And then you can resume your, as you said, you need to carry on with life. You need to be able to go to these different parties and go out for dinner and maybe have a glass of wine and have, you know, fewer hours of sleep and be able to recover from that. However, there's a way to get to that, which, you know, we're all different.
No, it's really true. And I think something too that we, you know, a good reminder is that whatever we see on the surface of somebody, whatever that might look like, the surface of their life or what have you, or their health, we have no idea what's going on underneath. We don't know, we don't really know like how they're actually feeling. You know, when I have a client that tells me, you know, oh, I used to be so healthy because I did X, Y, and Z things. It's like, possibly yes, but maybe underneath the surface, there was some stress on your body, some dysfunction going on that you just weren't aware of yet. You know, kind of like what we already touched upon with symptoms is by the time you see and feel symptoms, there's probably been stuff going on for a long time. So healing takes a long time.
They say that the body speaks in whispers, and when it's yelling, that's when it's, you know, you're quite far down the track, and so you have to backtrack and give it the time it needs.